Hello and welcome to the United Community Channel. We're back with your match reaction video. Manchester United 2, Chelsea 1, and a really, really good performance by Manchester United, it has to be said. One of the best performances of the season. So we're going to talk about everything. We've got loads of talking points to talk about over the next 20 minutes or so. If there is any official channel members watching that want to join us, the link to join us on screen, Chris and Ben here, is on the community tab on the YouTube homepage. So go check it out. Happy days. But guys, yeah, I mean, good performance. Probably one of the best performances of the season so far.
Definitely, yeah. Amrabat, probably his best game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Go on, take it away then, Ben. I mean, you know, like Amrabat there's been question marks over him, you know, since he signed for United. And I think maybe a run of games is probably all he needs, really, is it?
Yeah, he's just proved it tonight, hasn't he? Give him a job to do and he'll do it for you.
Yeah.
Big call. Yeah. I say big call drop in Rashford, but we can call him for it. He's finally done it and look what happened.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's got Rashford thinking there, hasn't it? He's got to start playing.
Yeah, well, nobody can be, you know, expecting just to go in and put on a starting 11 jersey anymore, which is good. But Chris, I think while we're on the Amrabat point, I think he gives us a bit of balance in midfield. Now, I on the notes that I have wrote down here about Amrabat, I have Amrabat poor in possession but really good defensively, and I think we need a player like that in midfield, don't we?
I think so. I think he's a good play breaker. I mean, if you look at it, I mean, he does what Casemiro did a lot last year, and he breaks up the play, and you know he gets the ball moving. Now, I mean, did he make some poor passes? Yes, you know, but can that be attributed to maybe he's getting his run of games and now he's getting used to everything and where everybody's at? You know, and I'll be honest with you, I think that the one pass that he made to Lindelof in the first half that let Sterling go on the break that Nicholas Jackson almost scored. I mean, yeah, it's a bad pass, but also that pass can't go forward. It's got to go backwards. It's got to go back away. So I mean, but everybody, I mean, I can't fault everybody has bad passes. I mean, if we're gonna nitpick and everything like that, I mean, my biggest problem right now is, I mean, I love the intensity, love the transition. I mean, first time this season, I thought we played well in possession. Like, we were moving the ball, but my problem is, and I mean, thank you for him at this moment, but at the same time, when McMuffin's our leading scorer in the game, and I just can't. I don't like why. Like why? It's like, but it's just prolonging the agony.
I know, but I think that's why Ten Hag is playing him.
Yeah, I guess, but I mean, but my question is, how in the world are none of these crosses finding Højlund? Like, yeah, like, I mean, maybe everybody's paying more attention to Højlund and it's letting McTominay run free. I don't know, but it's beyond me how, like, Højlund is nowhere. I don't want to say nowhere to be found. Not like saying anything bad about him, but like just no header for Højlund. No, nothing.
Yeah, I think he was unlucky for McTominay's second goal because he was right behind him, ready to nod it in, and he was you could nearly go on, oh, will you ever just get out of the bloody way, will you?
No, and I mean, McTominay should have had a hat trick, should have had 2 in the first. I mean, yeah, Bruno should have scored. I mean, you think Bruno should score that penalty, so 4-, you know, that's 4 or 5, you know, that we should have had. I mean, it's the best we've played. If we play like this every game, then, you know, we have good chance to move up in the table. Like, I mean, to make I don't think we're anywhere close to challenging for the title, but I think we can challenge for top 4 if we play like this. I mean, playing like this will help us against Liverpool coming up.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I mean, honestly, I mean.
Yeah, I know. I agree with you. I agree with you.
I mean, I think it's that this is the kind of run that we need to be positive against Liverpool, you know, and maybe Rashford sits for a while. I mean,
maybe so. Maybe so.
I mean, I know Anthony needs to help. I mean, Anthony played well. I mean, he's making the necessary passes. He's combining with people. He's moving down. He's playing well at the low down the right side.
Yeah.
Is he a finished product? No. Can he shoot better?
Yeah, and you know what I think about Anthony is, I think if we hadn't have had such a terrible performance against Newcastle on the weekend, we would probably be giving out about Anthony now. But the reason we're not is because he fucking works hard. He tries hardest. He really does.
Yeah.
And after that performance against Newcastle on the weekend, I think that's all United fans were really looking for more than anything else. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, he drew the penalty. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't. I mean, should he could have scored at least one, on one of the and do his decisions need to be, like you said, Jack, on that one, the ball coming across the first half, he should have taken it. And again, he's left-footed only, so he doesn't take the ball on his right to open up the goal. So, but it is what it is. At that point, you got to do something.
He's a work in progress, I would say. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Now, again, look, we're not going to judge him off of, tonight, one game by any stretch. But, he's got a big 6 months ahead of him, Anthony does, in terms of the remainder of this season. Because, I don't think, regardless of how well he plays, I don't think you're ever really going to recuperate as, the amount of money we paid for him, because we overpaid for him. But if it was a scenario where we're going to cash in on him, you're probably saying maybe next summer, with some resale value there before his contract runs down. But let me get through some of the comments here, and we'll see what people are saying. Paul is in from Cape Town. Good to see you, Paul. Taffy is in there as well. Who else have we got? Aaron says Man United is brilliant. Love to hear it. Daryl says Anthony had a great game today. Amrabat was solid. Think we should be looking at keeping Reguilon. Yeah, and I have Reguilon in my notes here as well. Reguilon good, and then arrow pointing towards Shaw centre back permanently. And I think that isn't a bad idea, because we're crying out for a left centre back since Lisandro Martinez is gone, and if Reguilon can keep putting in performances like that, and Luke Shaw we know is comfortable at centre back, I'm all for that as a permanent solution until Martinez comes back.
100%. I mean, I'll tell you right now, and I'll take a shot at Paul. I don't know if Paul's listening, but I'd rather have Anthony than Mudryk.
Yeah, and now look, in saying that, I think Mudryk looked lively tonight. I won't lie, but again, I think it's end product with him. I don't think his end product is there. Now I don't watch him enough. You know what I mean? To really comment on it. But anyway, Cottle says Garnacho is the real fucking deal. Rashford needs to step up. Absolutely, he does. I mean, he looked so bright today. Garnacho did, and again, we go back to maybe we just need to chisel away. At Garnacho and get the finished article, get him finishing his chances, getting him scoring 2 goals a game when he gets 5 or 6 chances and so on and so forth. But I was really impressed with him. Aaron also says, sorry, go on, Chris.
Did you see I don't know when Ronaldo did the interview. I don't think it was the Piers Morgan, but he did an interview where he was talking about that he thinks Garnacho should leave because Eric Ten Hag's not giving him the game time now. But I think that kind of rings true now, that it's like, if you see him and he gets the game time, he's getting better. He's playing better.
That's all he needs. It's games, isn't it?
Exactly. And all you have to look at is across the town in Manchester at Pep Guardiola and Phil Foden. People were crying out for Phil Foden to be starting week in, week out, 3 or 4 years ago. And it was only really last season that he started playing regularly. You know what I mean? And I think he's got fucking 5 Premier League medals at this stage, 4 or 5, something like that, which is crazy. You know what I mean? And again, we've seen with Eric Ten Hag tonight that Manu doesn't play a minute. You can't just automatically throw these players in that are young. You have to be able to, just drip feed them in slowly but surely. And when they're ready.
So is Mason Mount supposed to take McTominay's spot?
Well, at the moment,
can Mason Mount,
I mean,
can he finish like that?
I mean, at the moment, I don't really see Kobe Mainu as an out-and-out number 6. I see him more as in maybe the box-to-box midfielder. You know what I mean? Who's getting on possession, who's getting on the ball. So if that's the case, I think with the 3 midfield, I think balance is what's more important than anything else. And I think if you have I think an Amrabat or a Casemiro alongside a Manu and a Bruno Fernandes, I think that's the best balance we could ask for. Now you might miss out on Scott McTominay's height and him getting into the box, but I think that's something that you could, teach Kobe Manu to do. Again, would you? I'll throw this to you. I'll go to you on this one first, Ben. We've always said that Bruno Fernandes and Mason Mount are too similar. Is Bruno Fernandes and Kobe Manu too similar? Because they both like to get in possession, they both like to get on the ball, they both like to create.
I know what you're saying, but I think Manu can do other parts of the game that Bruno can't.
Yeah, I think
so. He's more of an option, isn't he?
Yeah, I think Manu does it more closer to the back four than the forward three.
Yeah. I think Manu, Amrabat, Casemiro, I think they're like good numbers, backup injury problems that we've got now.
Yeah.
Let's say Amrabat gets injured and goes that. We know we've got Manu coming in.
Yeah.
Casemiro's on his way back. It's good options to have in midfield. Good problem to have in it. So.
Yeah.
I think Manu's a better deep lying playmaker.
Yeah.
Where I think Bruno's a better around the box. So the question is, I'm just casting forward a little bit. It's like, okay, so when everybody's healthy, do you play Amrabat and Casemiro together? Can Casemiro play a little bit more advanced? Because he scored goals before, and everything like that. Or, does Amrabat? Amrabat can take a seat. Casemiro plays, and then you still with McMuffin and Bruno, or can Bruno play the more advanced in the box where McTominay's playing, and let Manu or Casemiro play where Bruno's playing? It's interesting.
It is. And we go back to what we've said previously, don't we? That options are a brilliant thing. The one thing I would say is that because we lack creativity on the wings so much, that I think we do need to have creative players in midfield. You know what I mean? And if a Casemiro and an Amrabat, to me, would scream Anfield. You know what I mean? It wouldn't scream away to Sheffield United. Or something like that. So, but again, horses for courses, and it's good to have these options, which is great to see. Oshin says Amrabat and Manu together would be interesting. Amrabat destroying and Manu creating has potential, absolutely. Taffy says massive overall turnaround from the weekend. John says Chelsea were poor, but that shouldn't take away from United's performance. Need to keep this momentum. I think Chelsea were poor. The main reason why is that United's press was so good, pressed them so well high up the field and didn't allow them out.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I think that's a valid point right there, because we made them bad. But the other question is Mason Mount the new Donny van der Beek?
Well, look, if he is, then he is. And the one thing I would say is that that's his problem. You know what I mean? And again, we spoke, during the summer transfer window when we were doing our transfer news shows and all that sentimentality has to go out the window, with United fans and players. Now, I don't think sentimentality would be built up that quick with Mason Mount. I still think it's way too early to be saying, it's time to move him on or anything like that. He deserves minimum another 18 months. But if he doesn't do the business, then move him on and get someone else in. You know what I mean?
But my question is, Jack, is 18 months of what? 18 months of where's he going to play? Because if you let's just say you keep Amrabat as a squad player, and you have Manu, and you have Casemiro, if they all stay, and you have Bruno, and you have McTominay, and now where's Mount at?
Well, the one thing I would say, Chris, is that I would have question marks over the signing of Mason Mount, not because of his quality or anything like that, but if you knew you had Manu ready to step in to the first team squad, why do you need a Mason Mount? That would be my question. And now it is now up to like I would be under no I would love to see Mason Mount really grab that number 8 role, and have 2 or 3 really good seasons at United. And then Manu is 21 and he's ready to, I'm the man for the next 10 years now, step aside. all the while getting maybe 20 games a season or whatever it may be. But it's a big ask now, and you know, it's big pressure for Mason Mount coming in there because he has big shoes to fill instantly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think the biggest takeaway from today's game is our press. It finally came back.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest. I was surprised. Did you McGuire's positioning in his pass breakups today? You know, like super impressed. Like he looks like the McGuire we bought the first year we had him.
Yeah. And just to add to that point, and it coincides nicely with the notes that I put down. Any doubts that the majority, now I emphasize the word majority of these players are not playing for Ten Hag. Just look at that performance tonight, because the work rate and the energy, like Oisin mentioned on the live, was night and day compared to the weekend against Newcastle. Is there a worry though, or is there a worry, Ben, that a good performance now praise, then a little bit maybe consistency falling in back to old habits? We have seen it before. What do we need to do just to keep this momentum going now? Even though now again, I also have a note here saying we've got 6 wins out of the last 8 Premier League games. Now performances haven't been fantastic, but they're fucking wins. Wins build confidence. Surely that has a part to play.
Yeah, of course. We just need to build on what we've got there, what we've just done, what we've seen. Just keep going. Just keep working. That's all you need to do.
Yeah.
So, it's same as what we're saying about Mount and everybody. It makes me wonder where we signed Mount, because we were expecting a couple of players to go that didn't go.
Yeah.
Was it just to keep the numbers up? So
yeah, you're probably that's a good point as well. In fairness, the fact that Mason Mount was signed was we thought we were going to be losing Donny van de Beek and Scott McTominay and these types of players as well. Chris, you want to chew in on that one there in relation to keeping the momentum going?
I think the squad, like, what is it? We play on Saturday. We play Bournemouth on Saturday.
Yeah.
I think the squad stays the same, and it has. I mean, there should be no changes. I mean, you may make a Kobe Mainu change or something like kind of minimal for like maybe Mainu for Amrabat. Or in my mind, I don't think anything should change, and we should just, if they come out and show the press and show the intensity. I mean, that's all that I care about. Just show the intensity. Come out and play, because I honestly think that this whole players don't want to play for Ten Hag, I think that's in my mind, as I was combing through everything, that's an Anthony Martial problem. That's and I don't even think it's a Rashford problem, because I mean, Ten Hag has had Rashford's back for a while. So I don't even I just think he's out of confidence, and he's out of form, and he just needs to see it. And but if not, then he needs to go too. But I think there's some poisonous people in the locker room, and I just think that they need to go. And I think it's mainly Anthony Martial, because it's like, I mean, who else is going to complain that we brought in Rasmus Højlund? Him. He's a whiner. I mean, he's a whiner. He always has been a whiner. So I mean, like, just get him out. I wouldn't even have him in the first team. Just drop him. And at this point, because if Højlund's going to play, who's to say we can't have Rashford just coming off the bench being the number 9?
And I think the only reason Anthony Martial is still there is because we couldn't sign 2 strikers in the summer, basically.
No, I get it. But I wouldn't even have him in the squad. I just leave him.
No, I agree with you.
Let him go train with Jadon Sancho. Just let him go. I mean, but I just like. I mean, the continuity is like, I love what I see, and it's hard to say this out of Shaw and Maguire, and even Oisin had a kind of a point. Delo he had a. If you want to pick out someone that didn't have the greatest game, I would say him, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I think the one thing about Delo is he goes forward where I think our game would have slowed down a little bit if Wan-Bissaka was in there.
Yeah, and I was going to say that during the live, and something distracted me throughout the game. But I think that was probably the reason why he did go with the law, was because, we can really get at this Chelsea team, and obviously the law is the more attacking of the two fullbacks. But again, my worry is that, and again, you celebrate the wins, of course, and you should always celebrate the wins. But I celebrate with a little bit of, fear, to saying, how long is it going to take before we just go back into our old ways? That's my worry, and I think that's the biggest job that Eric Ten Hag has to do in the coming weeks. But let me get down through some of the comments here before we go. Orshin said, front three tonight were excellent, linked well together, pressed as a unit, still needs flexibility and mobility, can still be rigid and predictable. That lad has brilliant comments. He should come on live with us some night. Let's see. He also says Mudryk hairstyle makes him look lively. It dances on his head. That's a good point as well, in fairness. Finn makes a good point. 3 points behind City, as bad as we've been. Is it crazy to say if we recruit 1 or 2 in January and Rashford hits form, we could win the fucker? No, I don't think so. I would love to say yes, but I don't want, because all YouTube is a dangerous place where you go clip. Oh, look, he said you were going to win the league. So Oshin also says only way to fit them all in is 4-4-2. There we go. Taffy says Casemiro is brilliant. However, he is the other side of 30, great for dictating the center, but no legs. Good point, but I think that comes down to good man management as well, and maybe not playing him, every game. We've seen Paul Scholes do it until he was 37, 38. Aaron says, did you think the press stopped when Rashford came on? Slightly, because Rashford just does not press the same as Rasmus Højlund does, and I don't think he ever will. But I still think the press was really good when he did come on. Daryl says Mount signing was a strange decision, and then to give him the number 7 jersey, can't understand it at all. Finn says only press Rashford done tonight was the push button start on his Ferrari. Oh man. And Oshin says I'll take having kind of points all day long. Yeah, absolutely. Guys, I think we'll leave it there, because I can hear screaming baby again in the background, so I'm going to get absolutely murdered if we don't go. But look, we appreciate you coming on. Sorry, say that again, Chris.
No, nothing. I said I hear that. I got 2 sick ones at home right now. I'm still at work. Tough. I got electricians at one of our properties, so I got 2 sick ones I got to go home to yet. So.
Yeah, tough night ahead. Yeah, I think I'm in for the same. But anyway, guys, look, I appreciate you coming on. For anybody watching, thanks for watching. Please smash a like on the video. Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. If you want to come on live, like the guys, and it's for official channel members only. The link is in the description. Go check out the options. I will be back. I'm going to try and get back and do maybe a Football Manager stream before the end of the week, because I'm getting so many messages about it. So we're going to have to try and do that again. But then again, we're back on the weekend. Keep an eye out for the match reaction videos or the match preview videos coming up on the weekend as well. Lads, I appreciate you coming on. I suppose I'll chat to you the weekend. And have a good evening. Take it easy.
Catch you later.
We'll see you. Bye,
guys.
See you.
Right. See you, mate.